It was an uncharacteristically calm day in the bustling city of New York. Tony Stark, clad in his Iron Man suit, hovered above Stark Tower, scanning the skyline. Bruce Banner, the man behind the Hulk, stood on the rooftop beside him, arms crossed, his brow furrowed in thought. They had come together for a project Stark was working on, a quantum energy device designed to provide limitless clean power. The quantum core, as Stark called it, was a masterpiece of engineering. Its purpose was noble, but as Banner had warned, quantum mechanics could be unpredictable. "Tony, we're playing with forces we barely understand," Banner said, watching the device glow faintly in its containment chamber. "Come on, Banner. What's life without a little risk?" Stark replied with his trademark smirk. "Risks are fine, but the stakes here are massive," Banner shot back. "A quantum malfunction could destabilize spacetime itself." Stark waved him off. "That's why I've got you here, big guy. If anything goes wrong, you'll smash it into submission." Before Banner could argue further, Jarvis Stark's AI chimed in. "Sir, the quantum core is emitting unusual energy fluctuations." Both men turned their attention to the device. The gentle hum of the core had turned into a sharp, rhythmic pulse. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out, ripping through the air and forming a swirling vortex in the middle of the room. Equipment sparked and alarms blared as the vortex expanded. "Banner, we've got a situation!" Stark shouted, his suit's thrusters kicking in as he flew toward the core. "Jarvis, contain that rift." "Containment protocols are failing, sir," Jarvis responded. "Smash it!" Stark yelled. The Hulk roared and slammed his fists into the ground, creating a shockwave that disrupted the growing vortex. But instead of collapsing, the rift grew larger, pulling objects, and both heroes, into it. When Stark and the Hulk came to, they were no longer in Stark Tower. They were in a strange, alien landscape. The sky was a swirling mass of colors, and the ground beneath them was a mosaic of crystalline structures that shimmered with energy. Floating islands drifted in the air, and creatures that looked like a blend of mechanical and organic life forms moved about. "Jarvis, where are we?" Stark asked, scanning the environment with his suit's sensors. "Unknown, sir. This dimension does not match any known locations in our universe," Jarvis replied. The Hulk looked around, growling softly. His instinct told him they weren't safe here. Stark's suit beeped as it detected an approaching entity. A towering figure made of shimmering energy emerged from the distance. "Travelers, you do not belong here," the entity said. "No argument there," Stark replied. "We're just looking for a way back. Your presence has disrupted the balance of this dimension. The rift you created must be sealed." "Great. Tell us how, and we'll get out of your hair," Stark said. The entity gestured toward a massive crystalline structure in the distance. "The rift key is housed within the Nexus Crystal. Activate it, and the rift will close. But beware, the Nexus is guarded." "Guarded by what?" Stark asked. "By the essence of the rift itself. Chaos given form," the entity replied. Stark turned to the Hulk. "Well, big guy, looks like we've got some work to do." The Hulk grunted in response, his fists clenching. Together, they began their trek toward the Nexus Crystal. Just as they approached the crystal, a massive energy monster appeared. "Here we go. Hulk, hit it hard!" Stark shouted. Hulk charged at the Guardian, roaring loudly. The monster fought back, its energy arms knocking Hulk to the ground. Stark flew above, blasting the monster's weak points with his repulsors. Hulk, hit the center! Hulk got up and smashed the Guardian with everything he had. The monster started to break apart, glowing brighter and brighter until, boom, it disappeared into light. "That's our chance!" Stark yelled. He flew to the top of the Nexus Crystal and activated the rift key. The crystal glowed even brighter, and a loud humming sound filled the air. "Time to go!" Stark shouted. Hulk grabbed Stark, and with one massive leap, they escaped as the world around them collapsed.